What's going on, everyone? I'm Encore. This is Tomorrow Never Comes. And in today's video, I want to talk about how I'm going to live tomorrow never comes. If you've seen some of my previous videos, one in particular, I actually talk about how you should be doing stuff that puts you in a position of being uncomfortable, right? A high level of discomfort, maybe even some anxiety. It's those butterflies in your stomach. For me, that's always been public speaking. Ever since I was a kid to now, right? There's always been those moments, some good ones, some not so good ones. And usually they tend to fare well or decent enough. And have never turned out as poorly as I ever thought in my mind leading up to it. So that goes for most things, right? The lead up, or what we have going on in our brains, that little hamster kicking around in our brain starts to work overtime, so that wheel tends to burn out. And we're always thinking about the worst case scenario. So for me, and I want to put this out there because now it's public and I have to be accountable for it and held accountable for it. Is that the goal is, and here's what I always try and do, is I always try and marry, obviously Tomorrow Never Comes, but with crypto, right? Those are my two lanes that I'm kind of working in, and I like to marry them as much as possible, or join them, right? And so the goal here is by the end of the year to be on a large stage, maybe not physically a large stage, but a stage in front of a large audience. What's large? You know, I would say for regular conferences that they have, probably anything from 500 up, right? Maybe that's small to some of you who are listening to this. To me, that seems large. But, you know, I would say a minimum of 500 would be great. And already in the process of applying. So this is not just talk. I'm actually applying and trying to get in there. And I just need one. So all I need is one. And then the rest are just going to follow through. And again, you know, I have to make sure that this is not just about me and being uncomfortable. It's about adding value to the crowd. And I think that's definitely possible, right? This channel is hopefully doing that for many of you out there as well, is to share your perspective of crypto, in this case for me, crypto, and getting out of your comfort zone to do so. So I think that fits well with a public audience, and I would love to share that and hopefully, you know, push some people to do that themselves. So that's the goal, is at least one. If I can get multiple, great. So I do have one, you know, my eyes on one in August. And if I can find some in between. Now the goal really is, I don't like, this is just me, I don't like, you know, going small and then kind of chewing, having bigger bites until I get to the main course, right? Or having the appetizers before I get to the main course. So I'm not one to go to these Toastmasters, and I probably should, right? I looked into it. It just never ended up happening. So that's not really, I'd rather just jump into the deep end, sink or swim. That's really where I'm at. And that's kind of how I treat everything these days. If I'm going to do it, it's going to take the same amount of work. I'll probably have the same amount of anxiety and discomfort. So why limit it? Let's go out and let's go big, and you know, I'll learn from it and move forward and continue the next one and get easier. And once I get one under my belt, look out, watch out, because it's gonna be a normal, ongoing process and event for me is to speak. That doesn't mean I'm gonna be any more comfortable, probably a little bit more comfortable, but not to the point where, you know, it's something I would love to do. You know, it's not something I would love to do and not have any anxiety with it. It's something that I'm going to love to do because of the anxiety, because of the discomfort, and all the tension that's going to come with it. I love that. And I think the high that I'm going to get after that, also with the value that I'm going to provide everyone in the audience. I mean, those two things combined, I'm not going to get that anywhere else. So that's what I'm looking to do. A smaller portion to that is, I'm not a guy that attends conferences. So that's going to change. That'll be this year. I'm looking to attend five different conferences, and if I can get more, great. So we're just going to go all out. We're going to go all out this year, and hopefully every year after that. So that's the goal, is attending conferences. That's not a big deal, but getting on stage, speaking to a wide audience, 500 plus, the more the better. No life jacket, no little floaty. We're just going to go right in the deep end and doggy paddle or swim like Michael Phelps. That's what's going to happen. There's no other choice. So hopefully I can share the journey with you. If I get accepted, where I get accepted, what's going to happen. It'll be kind of fun to kind of see that journey play out. And at the same time, hopefully you have things in your life that you are doing. For me, again, like I said, that's crypto related. Maybe that is for you. Hopefully it is for you. And just push. And it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. It doesn't have to be anything, too crazy. But just try and do something that makes you feel uncomfortable. Gives you that little bit of pain where you have that resistance. And that's actually a pretty big key, is when you find yourself making excuses or there's a heavy amount of resistance to something, it's usually something you should be doing. Okay? So, guys, I hope this provides some value for all of you. Get out of your comfort zone. Let's do it together, right? Let's keep each other accountable and let's monitor the journey. Let's see how it is. So again, tomorrow never comes. Let's get in the game. Let's do what we can now and not wait for some time in the future. All right. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. As always, like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell, do all of that good stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, guys.